Hello everyone, this is Fine from Tech Gaming Villa. I hope you all are well. Today I'm going to talk about the two Samsung QD OLED TV, the Samsung S95B and Samsung S95C. Both looks awesome picture quality. On the left side, Samsung S95C, and on the right side, Samsung S95B. It is good though the S95B was the S95C so much better that it almost makes its predecessor feel like a trial run. The first thing that hits you is how much brighter it is. We are not just talking about the usual sort of incremental few nits here. Few nits, their brightness increase we are used to seeing with OLED technologies, either the measured peak brightness to be as much as 1400 nits on a white HDR window covering 10% of a black screen, compared with a maximum figure of around 1040 nits on 2022's S95B. That means 360 nits higher brightness on S95C. That's a huge increase that genuinely transforms the viewing experience. High dynamic range content, for instance, looks vastly more punchy and realistic, especially as the intensity with which bright highlights like shots of the sun, bright lamps, light glinting of metal and glass, and so on is delivered without any compromise to the sort of deep, rich, inky black colors that are the foundation of OLED's traditional home cinema talents. In fact, the S95C has greatly improved on its predecessor, where black level consistency is called, thanks to a new filter that reduces the potential for ambient light to introduce grayness into dark scenes. The S95C even manages to deliver a significant uptick in the luminance of HDR images that flood the whole screen with brightness, a type of content which OLED always struggles to handle. A full 100% white HDR window is displayed at around 265 nits, up from 200 or less nits with previous OLED panels. Again, this represents a major rather than incremental increase that makes the HDR viewing experience feel much more consistently intense and balanced. The new luminance is pleasingly uniform right across the screen too. The S95C can't sustain these sorts of full screen brightness levels, or actually its punchiest HDR peaks, for long before having to start dimming the image down. But actually, with most video or gaming imagery, the image content changes regularly enough not to trigger the dimming to any really noticeable degree. It's worth adding that premium LCD TVs can achieve brightness levels of more than 500 nits, even beyond 800 nits in some cases, with full screen HDR content. But those TVs can't put an image's brightest pixel right alongside its darkest one without any compromise between the two, like the S95C can. Being able to deliver as much as brightness as the S95C can through a pure RGB color system, a blue emissive phosphor layer feeds its light through layers of red and green quantum dots, delivers a spectacularly rich, vibrant colorscape that holds up even in very bright parts of an HDR picture. The vibrancy of the S95C's colors doesn't stop it from also delivering stellar levels of tonal subtlety and fineness, though ensuring that not even the most exuberant tone looks flat or cartoonish. In fact, the S95C's subtlety, together with the sense of depth that comes from such precision, represents one of its biggest advances over its QD OLED predecessor. The latest neural processor is clearly much cleverer than its 2022 iteration. This improved processing can be seen too in how little noise the picture contains, even during grainy dark scenes, and in how well HD content is upscaled to the screen's native 4K resolution. The predecessor's ability to spot the difference between noise and real picture information when deciding what pixels to add to an HD or HD picture, even with low quality content, means it delivers results which can, at least with good quality HD sources, look very close to a native 4K picture experience. As you might guess from the S95C's sterling combination of color fineness, And noise management, its pictures look dazzlingly sharp and detailed. What's more, this sharpness and detail is delivered even using the TV's most aggressive picture settings without it being accompanied by stressed edges, exaggerated grain, or other types of noise. Almost the only area of S95C's pictures where the new processor hasn't made any real progress is motion. The default picture clarity settings that host the TV's motion controls generate distracting processing glitches and cause 24p films to look unrealistically smooth. Turning the motion processing off will probably be the preferred solution for many AV fans. Though if you find judder too heavy with the motion processing of entirely, a custom setting with blur and judder components set to level 3 for 4 provides a good compromise. Other issues are few and far between, but they are there if you look really hard for them, starting with the fact that while the S95C's default standard picture preset delivers the all-round most watchable and dynamic pictures, it can cause colors to look a touch desaturated in places. You can improve this though by toning down the dynamic tone mapping setting. The standard preset can also cause an occasional slight flicker to shots that contain subtle brightness shifts. This one isn't easy to defeat either, but it does only happen very rarely. An untweaked standard preset can also leave skin tones occasionally looking fractionally jaundiced, but in this case, color settings are provided that help you work around this. S95C can aggressively dim its pictures down if the screen starts to run very hot, but the sort of temperatures we're talking about likely won't crop up in typical living room conditions. All I've really managed to show with this slightly desperate list of niggles, though, is that the S95C isn't perfect. The fact remains, with knobs on, that the S95C's pictures set dazzling new standards for the already high performance OLED TV world. So that's it from now. Tell me which TV you buy, S95B, which is now a bit cheaper than the expensive S95C. Please write in the comments below. If you like this video, please subscribe and press the bell icon for future notifications update. Thanks for watching.
To change your